In this video, I will demonstrate how to modify your Raspberry Pi bootloader to enable USB boot, allowing you to boot from USB media devices such as USB drives and SSDs. USB boot comes in handy when you need additional storage or want to test an operating system without altering your default OS on the SD card. Once USB boot is enabled, your Pi will prioritize checking for connected bootable USB devices. If none are detected, it will then check the SD card and boot the OS from there. Please note that this method is only applicable for Raspberry Pi 4 and above. Let's get started. To enable USB boot on your Raspberry Pi, open web browser on your PC and go to raspberrypi.com. Click on Software. Scroll down and download the Raspberry Pi imager that matches your operating system by clicking the download button under the Install Raspberry Pi OS using Raspberry Pi imager section. After downloading the Raspberry Pi imager, double-click on the executable file to initiate the installation. In the installation wizard window, click Install to begin the installation. Once completed, click Finish to exit the installation wizard and the Raspberry Pi imager will open automatically. Before proceeding, connect the SD card to your PC. In the Raspberry Pi imager window, click Choose Device under Raspberry Pi device to select your Raspberry Pi version. Next, click Choose OS, then select Disk Utility Images and choose USB boot under bootloader. Click Choose Storage under Storage and select the SD card drive you have inserted. Click Next to start the imaging process. A warning message will now appear stating that all data on the drive will be deleted. Ensure you have backed up your SD card data and click Yes to continue. Wait until the process is complete. Once the process is finished, a Write Successful message will appear. Click Continue. You can now close the Raspberry Pi imager and eject the SD card from your PC. With the Raspberry Pi turned off, insert the USB boot micro SD card. Connect the power supply to the Raspberry Pi. Now the Pi will turn on and the USB bootloader will flash automatically. After the bootloader is successfully flashed, the green LED light on the Raspberry Pi will flash in a consistent pattern and a green screen will appear on your monitor. Congratulations, you have successfully enabled USB boot on your Pi. You can now turn off the Raspberry Pi and remove the micro SD card. With USB boot now enabled, you have the option to use a USB drive, portable SSD or hard drive for booting. In this tutorial, I will be utilizing a 32 GB pen drive since I currently don't have an SSD or hard drive. If you're using an SSD or hard drive, please ensure that the drive is equipped with an enclosure and a power adapter. To flash your desired OS onto your USB drive, open the Raspberry Pi imager tool and click on Choose Device under Raspberry Pi device to select your Raspberry Pi version. Next, click Choose OS and select the operating system you want to install. Click Choose Storage under Storage and select the USB drive you have inserted. Click Next to initiate the imaging process. A window will appear asking if you would like to apply OS customization settings. If you wish to customize settings such as hostname, password or enable SSH, click Edit Settings, otherwise click No. Now a warning message will appear stating that all data on the drive will be deleted. Ensure you have backed up your SD card data and click Yes to proceed. The duration of this process will depend on your network speed. After the OS is successfully written on the USB drive, a Write Successful message will appear. Click Continue. Now eject the USB drive and connect to the USB ports on your Raspberry Pi. Next, connect the power supply to turn on the Raspberry Pi and it will prioritize checking for the bootable USB media first and then proceed to boot the operating system from the connected USB storage drive. Congratulations, your Raspberry Pi is now booting and running the OS via USB media drive. Thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing.